Bootstrap Island is inspired from classical adventure books like Robinson Crusoe or Treasure Island. And these are the type of books that I read as a kid and felt really immersed into these worlds just by reading. At MaruVR, we are no strangers to VR development or PCVR development. While Bootstrap Island is our first real game for big audiences, we have actually been doing VR for 7 years. We have been doing a lot of custom client work, about 40 experiences for education and training or tourism and things like this. So we felt that we were fairly experienced when we started working on Bootstrap Island. Making a game is a monumental task, and we feel like there is tremendous unused potential for PCVR. I think we haven't actually seen what PCVR is capable of, because there is very few games which are made only for PCVR. A lot of VR games are multi-platform games which are made with mobile devices in mind. So we felt like PCVR really needs to be explored. The potential to actually create a very immersive experience is something that we really should do. So our goal was to create a very realistic game. That means that everything looks and feels realistic and sound realistic, but at the same time would still have a very deep, meaningful gameplay and an interesting narrative. And combining these things has been quite a task. When something doesn't feel like it would in real life, when you're doing something and it doesn't react the same way that you would expect in real life, it feels like a bug. So we as developers have to basically take every aspect of the natural world into consideration when we are designing the gameplay. And this can be quite a Pandora's box at times. But when everything works, then we really want to trick your brain into thinking that you are actually a lone survivor on a shipwrecked island. Bootstrap Island is inspired from classical adventure books like Robinson Crusoe or Treasure Island. And these are the type of books that I read as a kid and felt really immersed into these worlds just by reading. And Bootstrap Island is kind of a dream game in a way that we are trying to take this feeling that you get when you're reading an exciting book and don't want to put it down, and to bring it into virtual reality. But you as the player are the protagonist, the main character of the story, and what you do actually matters. You're not just ticking boxes, but everything that you do is a choice, and your choices affect the outcome.
My dearest Madeline, by now you will have learned that my ship, the HMS Amathea, did not reach its destination. We encountered turbulent seas and a mighty storm brought her down, myself being the sole survivor.
The team right now is about 15 people. It's a big task, but also that we are not always advancing as fast as we maybe hoped originally, because 15 people are working on a game which has so many different mechanics like fire and liquid and day-night cycle and dynamic AI and dynamic narrative and all these things combining. I don't recall that we have actually decided that there is something that we won't do because we are a small team. But it's constantly trying. We want everything to add on to the fantasy of being stranded on a desert island. To be honest, the PCVR market is not doing that great. There's still less than 2% of Steam users who have a VR headset, according to the latest hardware survey. It has been around that for a long time, so it's not like it has dramatically dropped, but it hasn't grown that much either. And sadly, that means that there is very little business sense in creating games for PCVR only. So this is the situation where we are, that a lot of VR games are made for mobile standalone headsets first, or even regular screen games, which are just kind of effectively ported to PCVR. And we understand why studios are doing that and why this makes sense. But at the same time, we are true believers in VR, and we are making the type of game that we want to play in PCVR, and that we feel like the technology is ready for, that we can actually enable this kind of experiences inside VR. But yeah, it's not only as a studio that we want to see PCVR grow. We also want to see PCVR grow as players, because we want to play those games. We want to see those magical high fidelity worlds that VR can transport us to, and want to have fun in this environment. It's like the triangle, that there needs to be good technology, like headsets and good computers. There needs to be good content, games mostly, and then players who actually buy this technology and games. And if this triangle works, then the PCVR market continues to grow. But also, I think we need to create and uphold a very positive and welcoming community for new people to try out VR, because we really see virtual reality as the next logical step for gaming.
I wish you a full and happy life. You shall forever be imprinted in my heart of hearts.